Well, welcome everybody. Thanks to Lovells. Don't forget if you need to upgrade your 4B. And coming soon will be a whole range of product for these sort of vehicles we're going to be looking at now. So this is the All Ford Day 2026 up at Eastern Creek. And I'm very fortunate again to have Dave Dorado down. Now Dave's the Falcon GT Owners Club of New South Wales president, but he's also a delegate to the organising committee, and he's going to explain a little bit about that as we watch all these cool cars coming in. So, afternoon, Dave.
Howard, how are you?
Pretty good, mate. Bit cold.
Today or
it
on
is.
That day?
No,
yeah.
Well, it was colder. It's always cold at Eastern Creek for Ford Day.
Yeah, that's right.
So, mate, always in July.
Yep, always in July. It's always towards the end of the month, and it's always huge and cold and generally windy. But we were lucky this year, no wind.
So I read on the page 1,604 entries.
Yeah, and that's probably not even including some of the support vehicles that were in there, like some of the F-trucks that were lying around.
So I reckon that's probably a little bit to do with the beautiful weather. As you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky, but I've done a few of these with the video now, and I think one of them I did 1,200 and tried to film every car.
Yep.
So this year I've done something different. So we're watching all these cars come in now. There's quite a few levels, so because I was with your club, we come through, the cars that are going straight past this gate, they've already got their tickets and they're in.
Yep.
Others have paid online, and then some are trying to pay on the day. So, mate, it must be a big thing to organise.
It's incredibly huge, and the CFC that's led by Andrew Burns does an amazing job. Andrew especially, I don't know how he does this every year. I imagine he's already organising next year's.
So that's the combined
Ford clubs.
Yeah, so I think there's 6 or 8 clubs or something, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there's near a dozen. It's usually all of the clubs that are up the top.
Yep.
And they're the clubs that are bound by specific rules, like our club is one of them in regards to what we can display. And we get our tickets provided by the CFC.
I thought this was interesting. See these the cop cars, the old cop cars. See how they've got all the police covered up?
Yeah, they're
obviously they're not allowed to drive around with the lights and the police signs on them. But obviously the new one must be still in the hands of the police department. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's the GTF with the big power motor that is still in charge of with the police.
Still with the police.
Yeah, so you have to request them to bring the car out, and they do it every year.
So, I mean, when you go to this show, there's an area where there was, I don't know, this year I reckon a dozen ex-police cars that were all together as a group. And then all the way through, and I mean, this video is going to be just all these cars coming in. And I mean, our club, the whole lot were already inside at this point.
That's right.
You know, because this is like 7:30 in the morning, but there's still, 500 cars to come. Yep. So there's like, the GT Owners Club is obviously a GT specific club, but then there's like XWXY, all those sorts of things.
The small Ford, the early Falcon Club, like these XM and XPs. They also do XRs and XTs.
That was a nice coupe, that one, I like that.
It is nice. And these cop cars, a lot of these cop cars belong to one person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so a lot of these are Michael Pentecost's cars. He owns Clancy Ford in Bathurst.
You've got a real passion for it, eh?
New South Wales police cars, yeah, he badgered me for many years to buy our XB Interceptor office because it was a New South Wales car. He could have bought a better car, he could have bought a Victorian cop car, but because it was New South Wales, I sold him what we refer to as the rust bucket.
A lot of people refer to them all as that.
Oh yeah, tried to talk him out of it, but had to have it, so...
Yeah, so you walk around the show, and I mean, you can... I said to Heather, you're going to come up. I said, it's an early start, and we hummed and ahed. She said, what's up there? I said, a lot of Fords. She said, and they all look the same. And I mean, for someone that's not into it, you can walk along a row of 20 XYs, and they all look the same, but they've all got those little chops and changes. How good's this?
Nice setup.
Hey, that is absolutely superb.
Yeah.
I reckon I've seen the truck up at Crookwell, actually.
That is a nice truck.
It's absolutely stunning.
What's that, a 650 or something? It's a big boy, isn't it?
It is a big one. Yeah, so, and then I mean, nowadays there's the small Fords, like as in the current ones.
The Focus guys and the...
And then what you guys call late models, so all the FG...
Yep.
So what's that, EB through to
I think
FG, I guess.
they're starting to call EBs old cars now, EBs and ELs. So there's even an E-Series club that's in front of us. They're doing a great job, and they had 50 cars on display.
Aren't they hot rodding these Mustangs now? Look at that.
I know.
Incredible.
They're pretty quick out of the packet, and then you get a Shelby one.
Yep. So nice Torino.
Yeah, that is nice.
So I ended up doing a few steps because I decided that they were moving a bit slow. So what I was doing was I was walking down the road filming so that I could get more cars in, and then I'd go back up to start, come back down again.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think you made the comment last year is that you don't see a lot of these cars when you're there at the show, because if you're involved with the club.
Yep.
And I love the fact that you see the clubs there and they've got their marquees and they've got their Barbies going, and within their own group they're doing their own thing, but they're part of that bigger thing that is the All Ford Day.
That's right. So there's genuinely something there for everyone. Oh, here's a bit of a ring in, isn't it?
See that one? The stub toe.
Nice.
I love that. I think that's really cool.
That's up there with Tomato, isn't it? That's a good one.
So panel vans, mate, making a bit of a resurgence.
Aren't they ever?
Dragging them out of the paddock now. It's quite amazing. I was fortunate enough to be old enough to be part of that whole thing in the 70s, and now here we are, it's all coming back again.
It's got to be harder now to find decent commercial vehicles to restore too, because they all were flogged.
Most of them got a hard life. Yeah. So all that internal stuff and all, fortunately a lot of it's being remade now. I've just ordered some van floors the other day for XY and X. My mate's doing an XY. I ordered one for him, and also ABC.
Nice.
But it's not a little job.
No, that's right.
You've got to go and change the floor in the back of the ute.
Yep. Another quick E-Series. Looks like there's a turbo or something in that.
Now I've seen looking at the EA there, sorry, the AU,
Yep.
the AU, I've seen a Pursuit 250.
Yeah, the Ute.
Yeah, now I've never seen one.
Oh,
Really? Was a black one? I don't recall.
A black Pursuit
The
250.
black Pursuit 250, really nicely restored, or might have been still original, but yeah.
There's a chance that that's one of our club members' cars, Martin Goff's car. He's a mechanic specialised in gas, and they've got the stroker motor in them.
Yes, yeah, it had that cool inlet top and all on it.
Yeah.
So he was with
T-Series?
the TE, TF,
yeah
guys.
Yeah, so
TS.
those 342s, they get up and go.
Yep.
And it's pretty much the only hand-built Ford motor since the Phase 3 motor at that stage.
That's true.
Pretty serious. I missed the bus. I would have liked to have had one of those motors for my EB.
Now that was very unusual, the colour combo there with the stripes and all on that.
The orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar to like the Silver Fox XWs of the day with the orange stripe on
Yeah,
it.
check out that two-door in the background. I did a little video of that. That'll end up on our Facebook page at some stage. That was a 6-cylinder with triple 2-barrel carbs on it.
Oh, 2V motor in it, was it?
No, it was like, I don't know what it was. I've got a video of it, but it was a cool thing. Yeah, it was a really cool thing.
XP? Or
I don't know, that's too hard.
Too hard? It's impossible. Just
my knowledge doesn't go that far back.
It's a nice XD.
So as you can see, every Ford known to man, really. I mean, to have that many cars, you've got to have one of everything, pretty much.
I'll tell you what, you're saying this is what, 7:30?
Yeah, this is probably getting close to 8 o'clock now.
8 o'clock, and they're still out and around the corner. So
They were, when I get down to the corner, so there was nothing on the left. I thought, that's odd, because that comes off the M7.
Everyone comes the other way.
But by the time I got down there, it had filled up again. It didn't take long, you know. It's like, especially if you get a club turn up with 10 cars.
That's right.
At the one time.
So this is an issue that we struggle with every year, getting the cars in fast. And that's why we tried the 6 o'clock start with the affiliated clubs. but unfortunately word got out.
Yeah.
So there were pay on the day guys.
Guys turning up at 6 o'clock.
And then there was also a motorcycle event on at the entrance to the racetrack.
Oh, yeah, on the other side I did see quite a few guys with bikes and stuff.
Oh, here's the two big boys from my display coming up. The Phase 3 and the Phase 4. The Unicorn.
When I filmed that, I wasn't sure whether it was the 4 or not. Now I know, see?
That's the 4. Yeah, Paul's very particular about when that car comes out and how and with who. So I'm fortunate that he entrusts me to be able to provide a secure environment for that car.
So we'll actually be doing a second video, which will be just our club video that will go up shortly after this one. And David and I will run through all of those, including that wonderful Phase 4, but also another Phase 4 as well.
Yeah.
I'll
correct you in the
I was going to say,
you've got
a pre-run. What was it? I'd read the sign.
The Lot 6 prototype.
That's the one, the prototype.
We have to be careful. That's probably wrong to some people as well. But
yeah, well.
That's right. Did you notice a lot of Mustangs coming in?
Oh, to be honest with you, I'm concentrating on not getting run over. And talking to people and filming, and I'm a bit like you. I watch this and go, I don't remember that.
No.
I remember that.
No, I've seen quite a few cool things already. More F6s than I've seen in a long time.
There's a lot of younger drivers too, which is cool. Keeps the whole thing going, because all our 70-year-olds can't keep it up.
Well, it's days like this that people bring their families to as well, and you'll have someone who's just about to get on their licence, and they'll, no doubt, if they're coming to events like this, ask their father if they could have a cool car.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's the entry-level cars that they come in with.
That one there, I passed him. He came up from Wollongong area somewhere. I passed him on the Picton Road at about 1:45 or something.
Oh yeah. That's the go. We need to start directing people from way back there.
Yeah, they were splitting them into 3 lanes. So picking your sticker. If you had the sticker on the window, you went on the left-hand side, and then.
Yeah, I cruised in 5:45 into a wall of cars, and there was already some chaos that had happened.
This was nice.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Left-hand drive.
Very nice. So is that.
You run out of words to explain it all.
There we go. There's some more motorbike guys.
Yeah, going into the track day. I see these the old Fairlanes and LTDs and stuff are starting to command some dollars now, aren't they?
Aren't they? Yeah. I've been looking at ZHs and P6s like that. It's not the kind of car that I'd want to entertain restoring, so you want to buy a good one.
That's exactly right.
And I've seen them at 30, 35 grand. They were a parts car for people back in the day. Nice little Capri. Low buckets, so 69-ish.
So now walk back up again and start walking back through, so we might get a relook. So I've seen, I think, 4 or 5 nice Cobras.
Yep.
Did you check out the one in the Concourse?
Oh, I know the car. He's
beautiful.
That's
beautiful.
David's car. He's a ex-club member. And this is a situation where we can explain something about the CFC. So David was with us. I can only display David's car as one of 5 cars if I have a special display. So he was in our blue and white display when I had my Goss there, blue and white. He wanted to enter into Concourse. Can't do it for you, David. So I've gotten him to join the 72 to 78 Ford V8 Club, which I'm also a member of.
Yep.
And because that is a field that their CFC club specialises in, he got to enter the Concourse this year.
Yeah, cool.
So he did pretty well. He came 3rd.
Yeah, it was a really nice build.
Yeah, that car belonged to other members of our club that are also heavily involved in Mustangs. So they've got a really good red Shelby 67, I think it is. That would have been around there somewhere. 500, GT 500. There's Mark's Calypso coupe just cruised through.
So I put a little reel up on my Facebook of this car and a couple of others on Sunday morning, and it's done like 150,000 views or something now.
Yeah, cool number plate.
Pretty cool thing.
No V6. Nice colour too. That's a pretty rare
Is that a Umber?
GT, yep, Royal Umber.
Royal Umber.
I almost get scared to say colours sometimes.
I know, get caught out. Well, the problem is we get picked up on it. I said something the other day. I put a video up the other day of some of the parts we sell, and I said on there that the XA and XB rear bumpers were the same. Well, of course, there's always someone going to pick me up on it.
That's right.
There's always someone out there that's going to go, no, that's not right, Howard.
Yeah. Was this for hardtops or sedans? Or?
Sedan.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I misspoke. I'm not allowed to do that every now and again. Wollongong car.
Morning, how are
Paul Beck in the passenger seat.
Fresh out here.
What's going on under that bonnet? That's got an interesting...
It's got a under the bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cream engine bay or something. I don't know what sort of engine's in it, to be honest. But
Yeah.
he's rocking away.
Another F6. No wonder I can't find one. It'll be a Sprint. That's a pretty cool car. Oh, what are those ones? XB GT, is it?
Yep.
Onyx Black. Very cool. There's another LTD, Howard.
Yes.
What a beauty.
There's a few about.
Nice blue with a white roof. That's a
What's
lovely-
that? Is that another? Is that a Galaxy? Oh, it's another
Torino.
Torino.
Oh,
There's a few toughies that drove in.
isn't it? Yeah, well, the boys in front of us had some tough stuff, including one of your
Oh
old
yeah,
builds.
yeah. So I've actually done a video on that. I'm going to do we'll do a video on, what did they call them now? The cars,
The Hall of Fame.
the Hall of Fame cars. So they had a whole lot of Fords, obviously, that had made an impression over the years, including some race cars and my old Rock 3 and
Yep,
Chris Christou and all sorts of stuff. So Con and I are going to do a voiceover on that as well. So
that's good.
that'll come up soon.
See, clubs like that aren't affiliated have the flexibility to be able to do stuff like that
Yeah,
and have those kind of cars. So
Yep.
there's a big place for them in all Ford Day. You have to have clubs like that.
so when you say affiliated with the national,
The CFC.
so the group that runs the event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's also up to their own club's constitution and the rules within your own club as well. So, we're bound by.
Yeah, so
certain
you're the
rules.
GT Owners Club. So
Mm.
that's what it's all about.
Yeah, we do have associate vehicles, but unfortunately, all Ford Days rules then override our rules as well.
The Gossie.
Yeah, these are interesting, the XD Gosses. They were done by Drag Trim back in the day. I've only seen a few colours, a red one and a white one.
So there we go, as quick as that. So they kept rolling in, and it was a massive thing. So we're going to run a couple more videos. There'll be this one, and then there'll be the GT Owners Club video, and then there'll be the Icon car one, and then I'm going to do a coupe one, I reckon.
Oh,
So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep your ear to the ground, and we'll get some more videos up soon.